ng Ama, ng Anak, at ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Amang mahabagin, tanging bukal ng buhay at pag-asa, kami ay naninikluhod at nagsusumamo sa iyo upang hilingin ang iyong paglingap laban sa karamdamang nagpapahirap sa marami at kumitil na ng maraming. Dinggin mo po kami ng may pagmamahal. Ipag-adyam po sa amin ang iyong mapaghilom na mga kamay upang kami ay maibsan mula sa pangamba ng kamatayan at karamdaman. Bigyang lakas kami ng pag-asa at pananalig sa iyo. Naway iyong alalayan ang mga nasa medisina at tumutuklas ng lunas sa karamdamang ito. Bigyan niyo sila ng katatagan at kadalisayan ng kaisipan upang maging wasto ang kanilang paglikha ng mga lunas. Sa mga lumilingap at mga nag-aalaga sa mga dinapuan ng karamdaman, naway manatili silang malusog at masigla ang pangangatawan upang sila'y maglingkod ng ibayo at ng may pagmamahal. Panginoon, nawa ang mga nasa banig ng karamdaman, nawa sila'y manatiling nananalig at umaasa ng lunas mula sa iyo. Sa mga pumanaw, naway kanilang kamtin ang buhay na walang hanggan. Pagkalooban mo po kami ng biyaya at pagkakawang gawa at pagtutulong-tulong upang ang nararanasan naming ito ay magbigay sa amin sa pagbukal ng kagandahang loob para maglingkod at ang may pagpapakabay. Inihiling namin ito sa pamamagitan ni Jesucristo na nabubuhay at naghahari, kasama mo at ng Espiritu Santo magpa sa walang hanggan. Amen. Sa ngalan ng Ama at ng Anak at ng Espiritu Santo.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. A tele-reminder from Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat Malulenyo.
Makinig, manood na sa teleradyo. Makinig, manood na sa teleradyo. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. Sa gitna ng mapanubok na panahon, magkahatid sa kaakibat ay diskusyon. Sama-sama tayo, kahit magkalayo. Sa programang ito, tiyak ang pagkatuto. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. makinig, manood.
Hello, good morning, magandang buhay, Delpelarians. Welcome to another episode of Mathematics 9 on Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat malulenyo. Once again, ako po si Sir Marlon Atienza, your Mathematics 9 teacher, romantiko na, broadcaster pa. First of all, I would like to thank God for the blessings He's giving to us every day, lalo na po sa safety natin. Kaya po mga malulenyo, especially sa ating mga grade 9 learners at mga learners po, keep safe and God bless lagi. So for today, we'll be discussing the week 6 to 7 of quarter 3 of the school year 2020 to 2021. So my dear Delpelarians, especially sa mga grade 9, let's get it on! Tara na po! Here are the content standards, performance standards, and the most essential learning competencies of today's lesson. For the content standards, the learner demonstrates understanding of key concepts of parallelograms and triangle similarity. For the performance standards, the learner is able to investigate, analyze, and solve problems involving parallelograms and triangle similarity through appropriate and accurate representation. While for the most essential learning competencies, first, the learner illustrates similarity of figures. And second, the learner proves conditions for similarity of triangles using the SAS similarity theorem, the SSS similarity theorem, the AA similarity theorem, the right triangle similarity theorem, and special right triangle theorems. So my dear Delpelarians, do you already know our topic for today? You may comment your answers and questions on the comment box. Okay, so yan po. Check po natin. So, check po natin kung alam na po ng mga Delpelarians ano po ang ating topic for today. So, yan po. Ang dami pong mga nag-online na, nagko-comment ng kanilang mga sections. So habang hinihintay po natin na may mag-chat ng ang topic po natin for today, please don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page on Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat malulenyo. Excuse me po. So ang topic po natin for today is about similarity of polygons and its subtopic is triangle similarity. Yan. So nag-chat po si Ives Christian Reynoso. Thank you po sa pag-chat, si Isabel Dayao. So, yan po. Thank you po sa mga nag-chat po ng kanilang mga sagot. Okay. So, bring out your paper, pencil or pen, pati na po ang inyong masarap na almusal. Dali nyo na po sa harap ng laptop, tablet, or cellphone. And let's get started. As a review of the past lesson, let's answer this activity named backward. I'll be presenting a multiple type of questions, and then you're going to chat your answers on the comment box. So please take time to recall this topic and comment your answers. Again, we'll entertain answers and comments and questions throughout this activity. So ready na po ba tayo mga Delpelarians? Lalo na po sa mga grade 9? Excuse me po ulit. So kung ready na po tayo, pwede po bang pakichat natin ang ating section and name of advisor po? So check po natin if ready na po ang ating mga grade 9. Ayan po. Para matuwa naman po ang mga advisors natin na lahat nanonood na po ang ating mga anak. Okay, so si JC Nicole, ready na daw siya. Thank you. Nakakain na siguro siya ng kanyang masarap na almusal. Sorry po, excuse me. Okay, let's have the first question po for today. In a classroom with 47 students, 28 of them are female. What is the ratio of male to female? Is it A, 28 is to 47, B, 47 is to 28, C, 19 is to 28, or D, 28 is to 19? Okay, so again, so please comment your answers on the chat box. So check po natin kung may mga nagko-comment na po kanilang sagot. So, yan po, naghihintay po tayo. So, habang hinihintay po natin, mag-type po ng sagot ang ating mga estudyante. So, si Sofia po, letter C daw ang sagot. Si Ives, letter C. Okay, so may nagsasagot ng C, may nagsasagot ng B. So please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page po once again ha. Ang Teleradyo po, ang Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat malulenyo. So let's check the answer po. Sino ba may tamang sagot? Okay, the answer is letter C. That's 19:28. So very good po sa mga nagbibigay po ng tamang sagot. And for those na siguro po baka nagkamali lang ng type sa kanyang sagot, so please keep on trying class, mga anak. Kasi talaga po baka po sa umaga ay medyo naglo-loading pa po tayo. But again, please continue to try to answer po. Okay, palakpakan po natin ang mga nagsasagot po. Okay, ang mga nagpa-participate. Okay, for the next question. What do you call the equality of two ratios? Is it A, similarity, B, proportion, C, rationality, or D, congruency? Okay, once again, ayan po. Please do chat the answers o comments on the chat box. Okay, so check po natin. Ang dami pong nagsasagot, ang dami pong gising na sa ating mga grade 9 learners. Excuse me po ulit. Okay, so yan po, may nagsasagot po. Sila Melvin, Angela, Rain, JC, Nicole. So for those na hindi ko po nababasa ang mga sagot, so pasensya na po, pero we really appreciate it po yung pagpa-participate sa ating klase. Okay? So let's check the answer. So ang sagot daw ng karamihan ay letter B. Tama kaya? Okay, that's correct. The answer is letter B, proportion. Okay, for the third question, what is the value of M in the proportion 3:M is equal to 7 over 42? Again, what's the value of M in the proportion 3/M is equal to 7 over 42? Is it A, M equals 12? Ay, sorry po. B, M equals 15? Nakita na yung sagot. C, M equals 18? Or D, M equals 21? So, kunwari hindi niyo po nakita yung sagot, mga Delpelarians. So, check po natin. Yan po. So, ano kaya ang sagot po dito? Yan po. Please keep on typing answers on the comment box. So, yan po. May nagsagot na po. Letter C, sabi ni Rain. Sabi ni Irish po, letter C din. Sabi ni Gabriel, letter C. Same with Erica, Kyle Justin, Rain Alexia. Okay. So, si Alessandra Abigail Goson. So, thank you po sa pagpa-participate. Patricia Joy Baydon. Okay. So, let's check the answer. The answer is letter C nga. That's M equals 18. So, again, bigyan po natin ng virtual clap ang ating mga grade 9 learners sa kanilang maagang pagpa-participate po sa ating klase. So, ibang-iba talaga pag kumakain tayo ng umaga, no? Ang dami po nating nasasagutan at nakapagpa-participate po tayo ng quiz active. So, let's have the fourth question. In the proportion, quantity x plus 2 is to 5 is equal to 9 is to 15. What is the value of x? Again, in the proportion, the quantity x plus 2 is to 15 is equal to 9 is to 5, x plus 2 is to 5 is equal to 9 is to 15. What is the value of x? Is it A, x equals 1, B, x equals 2, C, x equals 3, or D, x equals 4? Okay, A, B, C, or D. Pili na po kayo. Okay, so check po natin. So, yan po. So, once again, habang hinihintay po natin na mag-type po ang ating mga grade 9 learners sa kanilang sagot, once again po, paulit-ulit po natin papaalala. Sabi nga po nila, ang gamot sa kalimot ay paalala. Please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page. Ang Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat malulenyo. So, habang hinihintay po natin yung sagot po ng ating mga grade 9 learners, so shout out lang po sa aking pong mag-ina dito sa bahay, bumaba pa para daw di po marinig ang kanilang boses. So akin po magina, especially po sa aking aming baby, si Ay Marlene. Okay po, so yan po, sagot po nila, letter A, karamihan po nang nagsagot. Check po natin. Okay, that's correct. The answer is A, x equals 1. So that's correct po. Po natin ulit ang ating mga grade 9. Thank you po for participating lagi po sa ating mga sagot po. Tanong pala, sorry. Okay, for the last question for this review activity, what is the value of y, or what is y in the proportion 10 over y plus 2 is equal to 6 over y plus 4? Again, what is y in the proportion 10 over y plus 2 is equal to 6 over y minus 4? Is it A, y equals 12, B, y equals 13, C, y equals 14, or D, y equals 15? Again, A, y equals 12, B, y equals 13, C, y equals 14, or D, y equals 15. A, B, C, or D. Pili na po kayo. So, si CJ po may sagot na, sila Kenneth Pineda, Sofia, Micah, Jonathan. So, lahat sila po ang sinasabi letter B. Si JC po, seems na ano po very good po sa ilang mga grade 9 natin na on every question po na pinapakita po natin, consistent po na yung pangalan po nila ay lumilitaw po na nagbibigay po ng sagot. For those po na kararating lang o ka-open lang po ng ating pong meeting, so please, wag po tayo maya na humabol po sa pagsasagot. Okay. So check po natin. So the answer is letter B, y equals 13. So very good po sa mga grade 9. Pakinggan po natin sila sa kanilang pagsagot. Okay, there you have it, Del Pilarens. You have recalled the lesson on ratio and proportion. So you're now ready for the next level, which is our topic for today. And again, the topic is about similarity polygons, and its subtopic is triangle similarity. Once again, my dear grade 9 learners, please take time to type your comments, questions, and we're going to entertain your answers and questions throughout the activity. So, enjoy lang po natin habang nanonood po tayo at habang kumakain din po tayo ng ating masarap na almusal. Okay. So, observe this picture below. So, from this 4 set of pictures, class, mga anak, so what did you notice? So, you may comment your answer po. Again, based on this 4 set of pictures, what did you notice po sa mga nakikita po natin sa ating presentation? Okay, so habang nangintay po tayo ng sagot, so again, please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page. Teleradyo Marcelo po, ang telearalan ng bawat Maluleño. Yan. So, hinintay po natin ang mga sagot po ng ating grade 9. So, again, my question is, what observation can you give on this 4 set of pictures po natin? So, sa kada picture po na nakita po natin, okay, so first yung dalawang triangle, then sa baba po na yung butterfly. Okay, so si Red Nalesa de la Cruz, Justin Sarmiento, so sabi po nila, similarity figures. Okay, while some po ang sabi, there is one big and one small. Okay, so again, so tama po tayo that based on the pictures below, so we can say that these pictures are similar. So yung bawat set po Now, let's proceed with the concept of similarity para po mas malinaw po sa atin. Bakit pa natin nasasabing similar po yung figures, and especially for those na hindi po kararating lang po, open na po nating FB page. So para po mas maintindihan po nila ano ba yung sinasabi nating similarity. Okay. In earlier classes, we have learned about congruent figures. So ano ba yung congruent figures po ulit? Recall natin. Two geometric figures have the same shape and size are known as congruent figures. Paalala po two geometric figures having the same shape and size are known as congruent figures. Note that congruent figures are alike in every aspect. So tanda po natin, sa lahat po ng aspeto, pag sinabi po natin congruent figures, so same po sila. Now, geometric figures having the same shape but with different sizes are known as similar figures, just like what you have seen kanina po mga anak, mga grade 9 learners. So magkakamukha po sila but different in sizes. So two congruent figures are always similar but similar figures not be congruent. Paalala po natin pag sinabi po nating congruent figures, they are always similar po. Pero hindi po lahat ng similar figures ay pwede po natin sabihin congruent naman. So sana po nakuha po natin ang ating bawat lesson po. Okay. So before we proceed with the next slide po natin, let me see if you really understand yung ating po mga dinidiscuss so far. Paki-comment po ulit ang name po natin, pati po ang section. Name of your section po sa ating chat box if you really understand. And mag-comment din po tayo ng heart para po may makita naman tayo mga heart. Or okay po sa ating pong FB. Okay. Yan po, thank you po kay Clarence Toralba. So, for commenting his section po. Si Era, Spike, si Alisa. Yan po, ang dami pong nagko-comment pa rin. So, salamat po. Habang kumakain po tayo, sila po ay patuloy po na nakikinig at nagpa-participate po. Yan. So, thank you po sa Christian Martin sa iyong pinadala pong picture po. Yan. So, thank you. Okay. Now, pag sinabi po natin similar objects, so please take note of this, they have same shape but not necessarily the same size. So paalala po. So similar objects, they have the same shape but not necessarily the same size. Yun po sila sabi. So observe these cuts. Yan po. Tingnan po ito Ito po ay actually kinuha po based on the drawing po ng aking pamangkin. Okay. So, based on this, can we say that they are similar? So, ano kaya ang tingin natin? Can we consider these cuts are similar po? So, thank you po, Christian Martin. Good morning po. Salamat po sa pag-greet. Okay. So, tama po tayo that these cuts are similar. Now, so, on similarity in mathematics, so sabi po, paalala lang. Sabi nga natin, ang gamot sa kalimot ay paalala. Figures that have the same shape but not necessarily the same size are called similar figures. Okay, so let's have some illustrations para po mas malinaw po sa atin. For the first illustration, okay, thank you po sa pag-yes. Salamat po. It means, sabi po nila, they really understand yung ating discussion. Okay, for the first illustration, any two line segments are always similar, but they need not to be congruent. So they are congruent if their lengths are equal. So look at this. So since they are not equal, look at this. Their lengths are not equal, but we can say that these two line segments are similar. Okay, for the second illustration, any two circles are similar but not necessarily congruent. So, kailan sila maging congruent? If their radii are congruent. So, look at this illustration. So, these two circles are similar po. Okay, for the next. Any two squares are similar. Okay, so look at this. And for the last, any two equilateral triangles are also similar. So, there you have it. Sana po gets po natin yung ating pong mga nadidiscuss po so far, mga grade 9 learners. So if you have questions or comments, suggestions, clarifications, ulit lang po natin, you may type your answers, comments, and suggestions sa ating chat box. So I will try my best po na mabasa po lahat ng inyong mga questions or clarifications po and comments. So thank you po sa patuloy po na pag-chat po, pag-participate po mga anak sa ating pong discussion. So dahil po dyan, before we proceed, before we continue, balakpakan po natin ang bawat isa. Okay, thank you so much po. And siguro po talagang iba ang masarap ang kinakain sa almusal, no? Lalo pag Friday. Kasi last day na, walang pasok kinabukasan. Sahod pa ng mga magulang. Okay? Now, for similar polygons, paalala lang uli. So, two polygons are said to be similar to each other if. So, what are those conditions para masabi po nating similar po ang dalawang polygons? First, their corresponding angles are equal. Second, the length of their corresponding sides are proportional. So again, ang kailangan po lang congruent or equal po para masabi nating similar po ang dalawang polygons ay yung kanilang corresponding angles. While regarding with their corresponding sides, so they should be proportional lang. So let's have an example. Okay, look at this illustration po. So from this illustration, so we have the quadrilateral ABCDE and the other we have the polygon ABCDE. So correction po, hindi po siya quadrilateral. And the other polygon po is a PQRST. Okay. So alin po ang kanilang mga corresponding angles? The corresponding angles are, look, the angle A corresponds to angle P, the angle B corresponds to angle Q, the angle C corresponds to angle R, the angle D corresponds to angle S, and the angle E corresponds to angle P. And based on the illustration, and based on the measurements na nakikita nyo po sa kanila po, okay, so we can say that the angle A is equal to angle P, the angle B is equal to angle Q, the angle C is equal to angle R, the angle D is equal to angle S, and the angle E is equal to angle T. So it means class, na-satisfy po natin yung ating first condition. Now, for the second condition po, paano naman po sa kanilang corresponding sides? Look, the segment AB corresponds to segment PQ, the segment BC corresponds to segment QR, segment CD corresponds to segment RS, and segment DE corresponds to segment ST. And last is the segment EA corresponds to segment TP. Now, look, so based on the illustration once again, we can say that the ratio of segment AB and segment PQ is equal to the ratios of BC and QR, same with the segment CD and RS, and same with the segments DE and ST, and last is the segments EA and TP. Okay, which means, since na-satisfy po yung ating two conditions, so how to write the similarity of these polygons? Okay. If polygon ABCDE is similar to polygon PQRST, so since na-satisfy nga po yung ating dalawang conditions, so ibig sabihin po, we can write that the polygon ABCDE is similar po with the polygon PQRST. So yung symbol po natin na to, po, so ito po yung nagsasabi na they are similar. So again, here you have it. So gets po ba natin mga anak, grade 9 learners, ang ating pong discussion pagtitingin po sa ating similar polygons? If ang sagot po natin ay yes, sige nga po, mag-comment po tayo ng pangalan po ng ating section ulit. Or para po maiba naman, so if you really understand yung ating discussion, please comment nga po ang pangalan po ng teacher po ng math ninyo, ang inyong math teacher. So tingnan po natin para po makita rin po natin mga math teachers ang inyong pong pangalan po at mga pangalan po nila. So thank you po sa nag-comment ng section po, pero again, ulit po if you really understand yung ating dinidiscuss, please do type the name of your math teacher po. So, sige po, ayan po, ang dami pong nagtatype ng pangalan. Okay, yan po, si Irish po, teacher niya si Ma'am Clarissa Fabon. Ayan. Yan po, nakita ko na yung pangalan ko bigla. Salamat po sa nag-type. Salamat po. Ayan po. Ayan po, si Seranan, may mga estudyante rin po si Seranan, si Ma'am Risa again. Okay, advisory class si Sir Chris. So, very active po lalo. Okay, so yan po, mga teacher po niya. Ayan, para matuwa po ang ating mga teachers ang math na tayo po ay nanonood po lagi ng ating teleradyo. Pero especially tuwing Friday po. Pero of course, mga anak, So every time na may teleradyo po tayo, please keep on participating. Okay, so let's continue. So checking for similarity. Okay, square and rectangle, are they similar? Yan. Consider a square ABCD and the rectangle PQRS. So they are equiangular, but their sides are not proportional. Ibig sabihin, they are not similar. Okay, so yan po. So, patuloy po nagtatype ang ating mga anak, ang ating mga grade 9 learners, ang pangalan po ng math teacher sila. So, yan po, gising na gising ang mga anak po, ang mga estudyante po ng ating mga math teachers. Estudyante po ni Sir Chris, ni Sir Renan, ni Ma'am Grace, ni Ma'am Risa. So, yours truly po, Sir Mardon. Okay, next. How about for two quadrilaterals? So, consider a quadrilateral ABCD and another quadrilateral PQRS. Okay, based on this illustration, they have their corresponding sides proportional, but their corresponding angles are not equal, which means they are not similar. So sana po nare-recall po natin at na-practice po natin yung dalawang conditions about similarity. So mga grade 9 learners, so kung mapapansin po natin, halos paulit-ulit po nating pinapakita po yung ating illustrations o yung ating conditions para po masabing similar po yung dalawang polygons. So please keep on keep on typing po your comments kung sakali po meron po tayong ibang concerns kung sakali po may tanong po or meron din na intindihan sa ating discussion. Okay, how about for two equilateral triangles? Consider an equilateral triangle ABC and another equilateral triangle PQR. Now, they have their corresponding sides proportional. And since they are equilateral, so ibig sabihin they are also equiangular. So that's why also their corresponding angles are equal, which means they are similar. So yan po. So there you have it. So we discuss yung conditions natin para pumasabi natin two polygons are similar. So before we proceed with our second subtopic, or with our subtopic for today about similar triangles. So again, mga anak, so please like and subscribe on your YouTube and Facebook page. Ang Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat Malulenyo. So for those na hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe, so please mag-subscribe na po tayo. And for those na may mga kaibigan po, mga klase po, kabarkada na hindi pa rin po nagsasubscribe, please let's remind them na tayo po ay mag-subscribe na po sa ating YouTube and Facebook page. Okay. Now, if you really understand po yung ating first part po ng discussion, mga grade 9 learners, again, sige nga po, pakitype po uli ang pangalan po ng grade 9, ng ating math teachers. Ulit po if you really understand yung ating first part po ng discussion, so please do type the name of your math teachers para po mabasa ulit po namin ang mga pangalan po ng ating mga math teachers. Sa mga nag-heart po, yan. Sana po, may makita ako marami nag-heart. Okay, so, yan. Again, si Ma'am Risa Pabuna naman, ang unang-una po nating nakita. Serenan, yan po. Serenan, estudyante po ulit ni Serenan. Yan, so salamat po sa nagbibigay ng heart. Yan po, estudyante ni Sir Chris. Yan, si Christian Martin. Nagpadala po ng heart pa. Excuse me po. Yan po, kay Ma'am Grace. Mga estudyante rin po ni Ma'am Grace na gising po. So patuloy po na nagpa-participate po sa ating mga discussion. Okay, so again, let's continue. So for similar triangles naman. Informally, two triangles that have the same shape but not necessarily same size are called similar. So consider the two triangles below. Okay, look. So paano ba natin masabi na they are really similar po? So what are those conditions? Ito po in the two triangles class, so the angle A is congruent to angle D. The angle B is congruent to angle E. And the angle C is congruent to angle F. Excuse me po. And their corresponding sides are proportional. And these are the segment AB over segment DE is equal to segment AC over segment DF, and last is segment BC over segment EF. Now, the triangle is ABC said to be similar to triangle DEF in symbol. Ito po. So again, as you can see, so yung dalawang conditions po natin in similar polygons will be applied also dito po sa ating discussion po about similar triangles. First, sabi po natin, their corresponding angles should be equal or congruent, and their corresponding sides must be proportional. Okay, so ito po. So two triangles are similar if and only if, based po sa ating previous slide, if the corresponding angles are congruent and the corresponding sides are proportional. So yan po. So there you have it. Ang dami pong mga nagpo-comment ng pangalan po ng mga teachers sila ng math. So thank you po sa mga dear teachers on reminding our students na manood po at mag-participate po sa ating Teleradyo Marcelo for this morning po. Now, what are the different similarity theorems on similar triangles? Okay, ito po tayo. First, the AA similarity theorem. Second, the SAS similarity theorem. Third, the SSS similarity theorem. The fourth, we have the right triangle similarity theorem. And the last, the special right triangle theorems. Okay, discuss mo natin ito isa-isa. First, let's have the AA similarity theorem. So what is this theorem all about? Okay, ito po. If two angles of a triangle are congruent to the two angles of the second triangle respectively, then the two triangles are similar. Again, for the AA similarity theorem, if two angles of a triangle are congruent to the two angles of the second triangle respectively, then the two triangles are similar. Okay, so let's prove this theorem. Okay, so i-prove po natin. So paano ba natin nasabi na this AA similarity theorem is true or valid? So let's have this illustration. Given that the angle A is congruent to angle X, the angle B is congruent to angle Y, the angle C is congruent to angle Z. So let's try to prove that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle X, Y, and Z. Okay, so let's prove this AA theorem using this illustration. Okay, here's a proof. Okay, first, as you can see, so we have the statements and the reasons. First statement, so we construct the segment PQ through segment XY and segment YZ, respectively, such that the segment XP is congruent to segment AB, and the segment XQ is congruent to segment AC. So what's the reason for this? The reason is by construction. For the second statement, so kung makita niyo po, the three angles of the triangle ABC are congruent to the three angles of the triangle X, Y, and Z. And the reason for that is it's stated based on the given. Now, so based on these statements 1 and 2, so we conclude that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XPQ. And bakit po? It's because of the SAS or the SAS congruent theorem. And based on this, since we have two congruent triangles, so nasabi po natin that the angle B is equal to angle 1, and the angle C is congruent to angle 2, and that's by CPCTC. Okay, so and then the fifth is angle Y is congruent to angle 1, and that's because of substitution. Okay, for the sixth statement, so the segment PQ is parallel to segment XY. It should be YZ po. If the corresponding angles of two lines cut by transversal, they are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Then based on this, we can form this seventh statement po. The segment XP over segment XQ is equal to segment XQ over segment XZ. It's basic proportionality theorem. And the segment AB is over XY is equal to segment AC over XZ by substitution. And the ninth, we construct the RS through XY and YZ respectively. So there you have it. The ninth reason is by construction. And based on this, we can say that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle RYS. That's by the SAS congruent theorem. So then we conclude this 11 and 12 statements. The reason for this are the CPCTC and substitution. Then for the 13th statement, so the segment RS is parallel to segment XZ. And again, there you have the reason if the corresponding angles of two lines cut by transversal are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. Then based on this, you can conclude these 14, 15, and 16 statements. And then their respective reasons are basic proportionality theorem, and the next two are by substitution. And based on this, we can say that the triangle ABC is now congruent to triangle RYS. Okay, so that's the definition of similar triangles. Okay, so there you have it. So we're done with the first theorem. Next, for the second theorem po, let's have the SAS similarity theorem. So ang sabi po dito, if two pairs of corresponding sides of two triangles are proportional and the included angles are congruent, then the two triangles are similar. Again, if two pairs of corresponding sides of two triangles are proportional and the included angles are congruent, then the two triangles are similar. So let's prove again this theorem po. So let's prove this. Ito po yung ating gagamitin pong illustration. So given that the segment AB over PQ is equal to segment AC over PR, and another part of the given is the angle A is congruent to angle P. Now, let's prove that the angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Okay, here's the ating illustration, the proof. Okay. So first is we construct the segment ST from PQ and PR respectively, such that the PS and AB and PT and PS is congruent to AB, and then PT and AC. So that's by construction. Number two, we can say that the angle A is congruent to angle P, and that's given. Number three, the segment triangle ABC is now congruent to triangle PST, and that's because of the SAS or SAS congruence theorem. And because of this, look, so ginamit na po natin yung first part ng given, and that's the segment AB over PQ is equal to segment AC over PR. Then that's fourth reason is given. The fifth, by substitution, nasabi po natin that the segment PS over PQ is equal to segment PT over segment PR. And because of the converse of basic proportionality theorem, so nasabi po natin that the segment ST is parallel to segment QR. Yan po. So for the seventh statement, based on the corresponding angles of parallel lines cut by transversal are congruent, nasabi po natin that the angle PST is congruent to PQR, and the angle PTS is congruent to angle PRQ. And because of the AA postulate, so nasabi po natin that the triangle PST is congruent to PQR. Okay, and then first, by substitution, the triangle ABC is actually, mga anak, the triangle ABC is congruent or similar po, this should be similar to triangle PQR, and that's by substitution. Okay, there you have it. Natapos po natin yung ating two theorems so far. So if you really understand, or kung nag-gets naman po ba yung ating discussion po for the first two theorems, again, please comment po natin ang pangalan po nating math teacher. Ayan po. Please do comment po. So, i-comment po natin ang pangalan po ng ating math teacher po if we really understand the first two discussion po natin on the theorems. Okay, sa mga nag-heart, thank you po sa nag-heart po. So, habang nangyintay po tayo ng comment ng mga estudyante po natin, so once again, paalala lang, please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page, ang Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat Malulenyo. And shoutout po ulit po ang mga kasama ko sa grade 9 po, ayan po. So, gising na gising po ang kanilang mga estudyante. Estudyante po ni Serena, ni Ma'am Risa, ni Ma'am Grace, yours truly po, ni Ma'am Esther, ni Ma'am Joy, ayan po, Mr. Chris. So, active na active po ang ating mga estudyante po sa grade 9. Iyan po ay dala na rin ng pagkain po ng masarap na almusal. So, shoutout din po sa aking mag-ina po ulit dito sa bahay na nanonood po sa Facebook po. Ang aking mag-ina po, si Ma'am Gemma at si Aya Marlene na baby po namin. Pati rin po, sabi po ng aking pamangkin, shoutout ko po siya, si Yuan Card, Ezekiel. Yan po ay nag-aabang po kanina pa. Panunurin daw po tayo. Okay, let's continue. So, for this SSS similarity theorem, so thank you po sa mga nagko-comment po. Yan, thank you so much. Okay, what's this SSS similarity theorem? If corresponding sides of two triangles are proportional, then the two triangles are similar. So let's have this illustration. Given that the segment AC over DF is equal to segment AB over DE, same with segment BC over EF. So let's prove that the triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Okay, yan po. Thank you po sa mga nagko-comment po. Patuloy na po natin comment ang pangalan po nating math teacher. Okay. So let's have the proof of the third theorem. Okay. Here's the proof. First statement, as you can see, by segment construction postulate, so suppose that AB is less than the segment DE, so there is a point on X, a point X on DE such that DX is equal to AB. Now, through X, draw segment XY which is parallel to segment ER. It should be EF, rather, EF. Okay. So, it's because of the parallel postulate. Now, on the third statement, because of the PCA postulate, so angle 1 is congruent to angle E. Okay? Now, and then we have the okay, for the fourth statement, angle D is congruent to angle D. It's because of the reflexive property. Then we can say that the triangle DXY is similar with triangle DEF. Okay, and it's because of the AA similarity postulate. Now, so based on this, we can form this number 6, 7, and 8 statements. So sabi po, the dx over DE is equal to dy over df. Same with xy over EF. For the seventh statement, AC over DF is equal to the AB over DE, and segment BC over EF. And we have AB po over DE over DY over DF is equal to XY over EF. The reasons for this are, so we have definition of similarity postulate for the sixth statement, given po yung seventh statement, and then for the eighth, substitution po ng 1 and 6, using 1 and 6 value. So for the ninth, we have the AC equals CY and XY equals BC. So substitution using the 7 and 8 statements. Okay, so we can conclude this number 10 that the DXY, triangle DXY, is similar with triangle DEF because of the SSS postulate. Okay, so we can form this 11, 12, and 13 statements. It's because of the CPC-TC, the TPC, and the AA similarity postulate. So TPC, by the way, is about transitive property. So baka po tayo ay nag-iisip ano ba yung PPC, ano po ba yung RPC? That's for reflexive po yung RPC and then transitive po yung ating TPC. Okay, so there you have it. So we're done with the first 3 theorems on similarity about triangles. So ulit po. So if you really understand the first 3 theorems, so let's check po. Please do type or comment po the name of your math teacher. So pakita po natin. So pakita lang paulit-ulit po nating pabasa po sa ating mga math teachers ang kanilang mga pangalan. So para po ano po. Okay, para po ma-check din po natin ang ating mga attendance if nanonood po ba ang ating mga mahal na grade 9 learners. So, and huwag po natin kalimutan like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page. Tele Radyo Marcelo po ang telearalan ng bawat Malulenyo. Okay, so ayan. So ulit yan po, nagko-comment po ulit ang mga pangalan, mga estudyante po ni Ma'am Grace, si Serena, ni Ma'am Riza. Okay, so yan po. Okay, next, let's have the fourth. Let's have the right triangle similarity theorem. So ano ba itong right triangle similarity theorem po? Okay, sabi po dito, in any right triangle, the altitude to the hypotenuse divides the triangle into 2 right triangles, which are similar to each other and to the given right triangle. We can say that the triangle ADB, based on the illustration, is similar with triangle ABC. Triangle BDC is similar with triangle ABC. Same with triangle ADB is similar with triangle BDC. Okay. Now, under this right triangle similarity theorem, so we have this geometric mean theorem. So, ano ba itong geometric mean theorem po na sinasabi na to? In a right triangle, the altitude to the hypotenuse is given to the altitude to the hypotenuse is the geometric mean of the segments into which it divides the hypotenuse, and each of the legs is geometric mean of the hypotenuse, and the segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to the legs. Once again, the geometric mean theorem states that in a right triangle, the altitude to the hypotenuse is the geometric mean of the segments into which it divides the hypotenuse, and each of the legs is a geometric mean of the hypotenuse and the segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to the legs. So, in symbol, para po mas madali nating maintindihan, sa haba-haba po na yan, yan po. So, para po mas madali po nating maintindihan po. So, based on this, we can say that the segment AD over BD is equal to segment BD over CD, or we can say that the square of the segment BD is equal to the product of segment AD and CD. On the other, the next po, the segment AD over AB is equal to segment AB over AC. Or, simplify this, so we can say that the square of AB is equal to the product of AD and AC. And last, the segment CD over BC is equal to segment BC over AC. Or, the square of BC is equal to the product of segment CD and segment AC. Okay, there you have it. Okay, let's have an example using this theorem po, para po mas malinaw. Okay, look. Using the figure below, yan po. With triangle ABC is a right triangle daw with altitude CD, then AD is equal to 4. BD is equal to 9. So, ang tinatanong po, what are the values of X, Y, and Z? So, yan po ang tinatanong po sa atin. Okay, first, solving for X. So, ano po gagamitin natin po para ma-solve sa X? Ito po ang ating gagamitin. That the segment CD is, or the square of segment CD, which is yung X po natin, is equal to the product of the segment AD and BD. So, replacing them by their values, so we replace CD by X, so that's now X squared, and then we replace AD by 4, and we replace BD by 9, which means that X squared is equal to 36, so, and simplifying it, the value of X are X x is equal to the positive minus 6. But of course, ang kailangan po natin dito is yung positive 6. So, since we're talking of measurement. So, our final answer for this is x equal 6. So, there you have it. So, sana po, nag-gets po ang ating pong solution po sa pag-solve po ng value ni x. So, if you really understand po yung solution po natin sa pag-solve ni x, so please do chat or comment po the name of your advisor naman para po maiba, para po ang mas matawarin po ang ating mga advisors. Yan po. So again, okay, so kanina po kasi masayang-masaya ating mga math teachers because paulit-ulit po nilang nakikita yung mga pangalan nila. So this time, if you understand this discussion po, so paki-comment po ang pangalan po ng ating pong advisor. Yan po, oy, nanonood na po pala ang aking magandang misis. Okay, thank you po sa pagko-comment po ng pangalan ng advisor po nila. Yan po, advisor po ni Sir Chris, si Ma'am Maagma, okay, si Ma'am Rizalita Nalia, ang aking pong kumare, Sir Chris po ulit, Ma'am Jaja Manalaysay, Sir Akiko, Ma'am Jerina Manalaysay, Jerina po, sorry po, Ma'am Jerina Cruz. So, masipag po ang ating mga anak na manood po. Okay, si Ma'am Edita Bulacan, advisor po ni Sir, advisory class po ni Sir Paul. Yan po. So, very good po. Let's continue. Now, using the same illustration, so let's solve for the value of y naman. So, paano po natin masosolve yung value ng y? So, this time, so using the formula, the square of AC is equal to the product of segment AD and segment AB. Okay. So we replace AC by y, so that's how y square is equal to the product of, so we replace AD by 4 and then we replace AB by the sum of 4 and 9. So ang AB po ay sum ni AD at ni BD. So that's why naging 13. Now what happened po? So please continue on writing or commenting your name of your advisor. So as you can see, it's now it becomes y squared equals 52. So getting the square root of both sides, so the value of values of y are the positive negative 2 square root of 3. But since again we talk about measurement, so ang ating final answer po para po kay y is the positive 2 square root of 3. Okay, so there you have it. We're done with solving for the value of y. So, ayan po. Patuloy lang po na i-comment po natin ang pangalan po nating mga advisors. Okay? Para po ma-check din po ng ating mga advisors ang attendance po ng kanilang mga anak kung nanonood po ba ng ating Teleradyo Marcelo. So, habang hinihintay po natin ang comment po ng mga grade 9 learners po natin, so paalala lang po ulit. Sabi nga nila, gamot po sa kalimot. Please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page. Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearala ng bawat Malubenyo. So ayan po. Paulit-ulit ko pong nakita yata ang pangalan Sir Chris. Napakasipag po ng mga advisory class ng mga anak po ni Sir Chris. Ni Ma'am Risa po. Ayan. Okay, thank you po sa pagko-comment po. Let's have the third. This time, solving for the value of z. Ano po yung formula natin para ma-solve yung value ng z o segment CB? Ito po. The square of BC is equal to the product of BD and AB. Okay, once again, ito po. So there you have it. So we replace the square of BC by z square and then we replace BD by 9. We replace AB by 13 once again. So simplifying it pa po, it becomes z squared is equal to 117. And getting the square root of both sides, to extract the square of z, so it becomes a positive negative 3 square root of 13. So again, since ang pinag-uusapan po natin is the measurement po, or value po ng side, so ang value po natin ng z is the positive 3 square root of 13. Okay, there you have it. So natapos po tayo sa fourth theorem po natin. So, if you really understand po yung ating pong fourth theorem, palakpakan po natin ang bawat sarili po natin, ha? And again, please comment po your name of your advisors and paalala po lagi, if you have questions, So wag po tayo mahayaan na mag-comment po ng ating questions. So we'll try our best to entertain your clarifications and questions throughout the activity po. And para po sa mga nagko-comment po ng mga kanina na hindi po nababasa, so pasensya na po, pero we really appreciated po yung inyong pagpa-participate po sa ating discussion po on this Teleradyo Marcelo this morning. And for the last theorem for today, so the special right triangle theorems, ano po ba itong mga to? First, we have the 45 by 45 degrees by 45 degrees by 90 degrees right triangle theorem. And ang sinasabi po dito, in an isosceles right triangle, the hypotenuse is square root of 2. Square root po siya. Square root siya. Nabago lang po because of the font style. Okay, the hypotenuse is square root of 2 times as long as each of the legs. Yan po ang sinasabi. Thank you po, Christian Martin, sa pagbibigay po ng ano po? Emoji ba tawag dito? Or avatar ba tawag? Picture po. Thank you po. And sa mga nagko-comment po, kay Riley Albania, kay Micah, JC Nicole. Okay, so salamat po. Rona Joy Manuel, Christian Martin again, Regan Esguera. Thank you po. Okay. So look at this. Given the triangle STQ, an isosceles is an isosceles right triangle with ST is equal to TQ is equal to X. Yan po. So since ano po sila, isosceles. So SQ is equal to T and the measure of angle T is 90 degrees. So prove that T is equal to square root of 2 times X. So let's prove po yung ating theorem na to. So let's have the proof. So yan po. First statement. So using the Pythagorean theorem, so we say that the square of T is equal, the square of T is equal to the sum of the squares of the two legs. Eh ano ba yung legs natin? So parehas po X. So that's why nakabuo po tayo ng T square is equal to the sum of the two X squares. Now, so simplifying it using the addition of similar terms, so we conclude that T squared is equal to 2X squared. And using the extraction of the square roots on both sides, so ang nabuo po natin that T is equal to the square root of 2 is square root of 2 times X. So there you have it. So naipakita po natin yung proof ng ating 45 degrees by 45 degrees by 90 degrees right triangle theorem. Okay. So let's practice this theorem. Yan po. Okay, let's complete the table below. Yan po, try nga natin class. Kung na-gets po natin yung ating theorem po on 45 by 45 by 90. Okay, so given the legs in the first column, so we have the given po sa numbers 1, 3, and 5, given yung legs. While on numbers 2, 4, and 4, given po hypotenuse. Check po natin ano ba yung value po ng mga legs and hypotenuse po na missing po on the table. Let's have number 1. Ano kaya ang sagot po? If the legs are both equal to 8 centimeters kaya, ano po ang value ng hypotenuse? Which is represented by Y. So please do chat your answer po on the chat box. So with number 2 naman po, given the hypotenuse which is 15 centimeters, ano kaya ang kanyang value ng legs? With number 3, given po si 7 square root of 2 centimeters na legs, ano kaya ang value ng hypotenuse? With number 4, given si hypotenuse which is square root of 3 over 2 centimeters, ano kaya uli si legs? And last number 5, excuse me po, given po ang square root of 5 over 4 centimeters so as a legs, ano kaya ang ating hypotenuse? So let's wait for the answers of our grade 9 learners. So nandiyan pa po ba tayo mga grade 9? So sagutan po natin tong 5 na to. So habang hinihintay po natin ang sagot po ng mga grade 9 learners po natin, please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page once again. Ang Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat malulenyo. So paalala po natin, baka po meron tayong mga klase, kaibigan na hindi po nakapag-subscribe. Okay, so yan po, may sagot po si Crystal o number 1, that's 8 square root of 2. Check po natin. Okay, very good po. Nakapang po natin si Crystal. Gail, Vicente po. Okay, so may sagot po siya sa number 1. Kaya about number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ano kaya po sagot natin? Okay, so ano kaya po sagot natin? Okay, so yan po. Patuloy lang po nating i-comment po, i-chat po ang ating sagot po. Okay, for number 1, ayan po, may sagot ulit din po si Clarence, 8 square root of 2. Thank you po sa bigay ng sagot, Clarence Soralba. Same with Micah Aliana Santiago. Thank you po for the answer. Okay, sir. Yan po. Mga anak, so wag po natin kalimutan po. Let's give or let's participate po sa ating pong mga questions. Okay, yan po, may sagot po si Yves sa number 2. Ang sagot naman niya ay 15 square root of 2 over 2 centimeters, which is correct. Palakpakan po natin si Yves. So thank you po sa mga nagpa-participate. So keep on participating, keep on answering. For those na medyo nahihirapan, so sabi ko po sa inyo kanina, please do chat your comment for questions po. And then we'll try our best para po ma-entertain natin po yan. And of course, with the help of our respective math teachers, pwede din po natin siyang tanungin during yung time po ng discussion day po natin sa mga math teachers natin. Yan po. So, ang dami po nagko-comment po ng sagot. So, nandiyan din po si Era SPK, Aaron Daniel Lagi, Micah Aliana Santiago po. May sagot na rin siya sa number 2. Excuse me po. Okay, about number 3. Ano kaya ang sagot sa number 3? Okay, thank you po, Rona Joy. Manuel sa sagot po sa number 2 rin. So, habang inintay po natin ang sagot po, okay, sa number 4 may nagsagot po. Square root of 6 over 4. So, thank you po, Crystal Gale. So habang inintay po natin na ibang sagot po natin mga grade 9 learners, again, shoutout po sa aking mga kasamahan po sa math department po. So headed by our Sir Marco Isebi po. So thank you po for giving me a chance na maging part po ng Teleradyo, and especially sa aking mga kasamahan sa grade 9 headed by Sir Renan Fernando po. At ang aking pong yung mga kasamahan din po sa grade 8 na binabati rin po ako pag Teleradyo po nila headed by Ma'am Emma. Okay. So yan po, may sagot po sa number 4, si Crystal Gale. Check po natin yung mga sagot po ha. Okay, check po natin yung mga sagot. Sa number 4, ang sagot po ni Crystal is 16 square root of square root of 6 over 4. Thank you po. Okay, for number 3, ang sagot po ay 14 ni Rona po. Thank you din po. Okay, so please continue on typing your answers. So it seems na ang ating mga grade 9 learners who ay masisipag po talaga mag-participate. Yan. Hindi po hadlang ang pagising ng umaga. Yan, thank you po. Kahit po tayo ay busy sa pagsasagot ng modules. So, thank you po for those grade 9 learners na nagbibigay po ng time po nila sa panonood po at pagpa-participate po sa ating Teleradyo Marcelo. Okay. Yan po. So, please continue on typing your answers. For number 5, ano kaya ang sagot natin? Yan, may nagsagot po sa number 5, si Crystal Gale again. Okay, so ang sagot po niya is square root of 10 over 4. Okay, that's correct. So, the answer is square root of 10 over 4 centimeters for number 5. Okay, so palakpakan po natin ang mga grade 9 po natin na nagpa-participate po since kanina pa sa ating discussion. Okay. Now, tuloy po natin. So let's have the last theorem po for this morning. And that's the 30 by 60 by 90 right triangle theorem. Ang sabi po dito, the length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. And the length of the longer leg is square root of 3 times the length of the shorter leg. Dito the length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. And the length of the longer leg is square root of 3 times the length of the shorter leg. Then the sides lie in the ratio of 1 is to square root of 3 is to 2. So ito po yung ratio ng tatlong legs natin, tatlong sides natin in a 30 by 60 by 90. Okay. So let's apply if we really understand, let's have an example po for us to fully understand yung ating pong theorem for this 30 by 60 by 90. So given a triangle po at the right, on your left, okay, so solve for x and y. So ayan po. Sabi po dito, 4 is the shorter leg. So since that's the opposite of the 30-degree angle, y is the longer leg, since that's the opposite of the 60-degree angle, and x is the hypotenuse, since that's the opposite of the 90-degree angle. So to solve for x and y, so sabi nga natin, hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. So that's why the value of x is 8 centimeters. Okay? And then, for the value naman po, for the length of the longer leg naman, sabi, is square root of 3 times the length of the shorter leg. So what will happen now? So the value of y is equal to the square root of 3 times the shorter leg, which is 4. So that's why the value of y is 4 square root of 3 centimeters. So there you have it. So yan po ang ating application po ng the last theorem po natin. Okay, so again, so we're done discussing the different theorems on triangle similarity po, mga grade 9 learners. So we're almost done with our episode for today. But before that, so let's have this activity and so let's test yourself. So try po natin if you really understand o if we really learn something po from our discussion. But before that, so yan nga po, if you really understand yung ating discussion po, this time paki-comment nga po ang heart. Mag-comment nga po tayo ng heart sa ating pong chat box. So if we really understand yung discussion po natin simula po kaninang umaga. Okay, so yan po. So please mag-comment po tayo ng heart if you understand yung discussion po natin simula po kaninang umaga. So again, habang hinihintay po natin mga comment po nating mga anak, so please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page once more. So, ang Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat malulenyo. So, yan po, paalala lang po lagi natin. Sabi nga po nila, damot po sa kalimot ay paalala. Okay, let's have this activity po to test yourself. Yan po. Eugene Gatchalian is watching po, ang aking po kasamahan po sa Simi Santo Rosario. So, thank you for watching po, Ma'am Eugene Amo. Yan, amo kong tawagin yun. Okay, so let's have this activity po. So, for the test yourself part 1, so I want you to complete the table. Yan po. So, using this illustration po yan, try po natin. Kasi, kung maalala po natin, nag-prove po tayo ng ating mga ilang theorems po kanina. So, let's try to apply if we really learn po, pati po yung procedure po ng pag-prove ng ating mga theorems. Okay, let's have this activity po. So let's have this proof. Okay. Now, so kindly complete the table. For the first one, first statement, the angle M is congruent to angle N. So ano kaya ang reason po ng number 1? For the angle 2, or for the statement 2, the angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Ano kaya ang reason ni number 2? And this time, for the similarity theorem po, sabi AA similarity theorem, ano kaya dapat yung statement para doon? Okay, so sabi po ni Ives, number 1 po, given po. Okay, let's check. That's correct. Tama rin po. Okay, so thank you po sa pag-comment po. Good morning din po, Ma'am Eugene. Okay, so yan po, si Christian Martin, Rona Joy, Crystal Gale, CJ Magpayo, Era. So ang dami po nagtatay po ng sagot sa number 1. Very good po. Palakpakan po natin ng bawat isa. So tama po sa comment po o sa reason po sa number 1. About for number 2? Okay, for number 2 naman po, ano kaya ang ating reason? Since nasabi po natin that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So anong angles po ba o anong pair of angles po ba ang tawag po kay angles 1 and 2? Okay, so let's see if nare-recall po natin. Excuse me po. What type of angles kaya si 1 and 2? Okay, so si Alizi po, Alizi, tama po. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Sa akin po pagbabasa ng pangalan, ang sabi niya, vertical angles are congruent po for number 2. So in acronym siya po ay VAT, which stands for Vertical Angle Theorem. Pero pwede rin naman po yung inyong sinasagot, yung statement na vertical angles are congruent. So because of that, Christian Martin, Eres Pique, so, and Micah po, palakpakan po natin, Riley Albania, palakpakan po natin ng bawat isa po sa pagsagot. Okay. Next, for the number 3, ano kaya ang ating sagot po? So yan po, keep on typing ang answer po. So si Patricia Joy Baydon, so sabi po niya vertical angles. Rizal Gale, yan po, si Jay Magpay, nagtatay po lagi. Jonathan Baliton, Rona, Joy Manuel. So lahat po sila, tama po ang sagot sa statement number, sa reason for number 2. Okay, about for number 3. Given the reason that ang sabi po using the AA similarity theorem, alin po kaya dapat ang sagot po sa number 3 statement? Okay, so si Irish Ann, ano po, nag-comment din po. So very good po sa number 2 answer. Okay, so there you have it. So habang hinihintay po natin ang mga sagot po nating mga grade 9 learners, once again, please like and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page po. Ang Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat Malulenyo. Okay. So yan po. So keep on typing your comments po. So it seems na ang grade 9 po natin, kahit po kanina pa po tayo nagdi-discuss, they are pa rin active sa pagpa-participate. So it's very good po. It's nice to see na kahit po marami po tayong modules na sinasagutan because of the present situation, so meron pa rin po tayong time para po manood ang ating Teleradyo Marcelo. And invite po natin yung mga classmates po natin, baka po mamaya nalilibang po sila or baka po mamaya nagkakaroon po sila ng limot sa panonood. So please remind them na mag-participate po. Yan po, sa number 3, sabi po na Alizi Yvonne Silaya, triangle DAM daw is equal or congruent to NAF. Okay, same with Micah Aliana Santiago po and Irish Ann Sauro. Crystal Gale, so yan po. So Abigail Goson, okay, check. Tama po, that's triangle DAM is similar with NAF or FAN. So very good po mga anak. Palakpakan po natin. Bawat isa po sa pagpa-participate. Okay, very good for that. Let's have the last part po. This time, I'll be presenting a multiple type of questions ulit. So please type your answer po on your comment box. Sorry po, busog lang. Okay, let's have number 1. What triangle similarity theorem states that if two angles of a triangle are congruent to the angles of a second triangle respectively, then the two triangles are similar. Okay. Again, what triangle similarity theorem states that if two angles of a triangle are congruent to the two angles of a second triangle respectively, then the two triangles are similar. Is it A? AA theorem. B. ASA theorem. C. SAS theorem. Or D. The SSS theorem. A, B, C, or D. Pili na kayo. Yan po. Check po natin. Ano kaya ang sagot po natin for item number 1? So, wait po natin. So, hintayin po natin ang sagot ng ating mga grade 9 learners. Okay, so sabi po ni CJ Magpayo, that's A. According to Micah naman po, A din. Yves, A din. Christian Martin, A. Jelaine, A. Abigail Goson, A. Rizal Gay, A. Gale, A ang sabi. So lahat sila puro letter A. Check po natin if tama ang sagot po natin mga grade 9. The answer is A. Very good po. Napang po natin ang mga grade 9 learners for giving the correct answer po. Okay, for number 2. The triangles on the right, as you can see, are similar. Which of the following gives a correct statement of proportionality? Okay, is it A, AB over DA is equal to AC over DF, and equal daw kay BC over EF? B, segment DF over BC is equal to AB over DE is equal to EF over AC. Letter C, segment AC over DE is equal to segment AB over DF is equal to segment CB over EF. And for letter D, the segment AB over DF is equal to segment AC over DE and segment BC over FE. Yan po. So ano kaya ang sagot po for this question? Okay, A, B, C, or D? Pili na kayo. Yan po. So according to Alizi, so yan. May nagsagot po ng A, may 8 ng C, may nagsagot po ng D. Okay, so check po natin. Okay, may nagsagot po na si. Actually po, kung mapapansin nyo, halos nagkamukha po pala ang ating options so sa C or D, C and D. So ang sagot mo dito is actually letter C or D. Estudyante po sa grade 9 lalo. And talaga pong very observant po sila, no? Talagang active po ang ating mga grade 9. Yan po ay dala na rin ng, again, masarap na almusal. Okay, let's have number 3. Use the figure at the right. Once again, find the value or find the length of side DS given that the two triangles are similar. Okay, again. A, 22. B, 31. C, 65. Or D, 77. A, B, C, or D? Pili na kayo. Okay, so check po natin. So once again, so what's the value of the segment DS given the illustration po at the right? So wait po natin ang mga sagot po ng ating grade 9 learners. So may nagsagot po, letter C, si Vest. Number 3 daw, Crystal Gill. Letter C din. Okay, so Micah po, letter C. So check po natin if tama po sagot nila. Very good po, the answer is 65. Kampo natin ang bawat isa. Okay, so sa inyo po sa mga nagbibigay po ng tamang sagot. Let's have number 4. Solve the value of x in the given figure. Yan. So this time using the geometric mean theorem po na natutunan natin kanina. Okay, what's the value of x daw? Is it A, 4, B, 6, C, 8, or D, 10? Yan po. A, B, C, or D? Pili na kayo. So wait po natin ang mga sagot po ng ating mga grade 9 learners. So please keep on participating in our Teleradyo Marcelo po. We're almost done. So after po, isang tanong na lang. So ayun po, sagot mo na Jelaine, letter C daw. Okay, Crystal Gill, letter C din. Yan po. Keep on answering po. Keep on typing your answer. Okay, so si Riley, si Christian po, letter C. Era po, letter C din. Okay, so it seems na puro letter C sagot nila. Check po natin. Okay, very good po. Ang sagot ay C, 8. Very good po sa mga nagpa-participate. So let's have the last question for today. In an isosceles right triangle, which of the following will be the length of the hypotenuse if its legs measures 2 square root of 2 meters? Again, in an isosceles right triangle, which of the following will be the length of the hypotenuse if its legs measures 2 square root of 2 meters? Is it A, 4 meters, B, 8 meters, C, 16 meters, or D, 32 meters? A, B, C, or D? Pili na kayo. So let's wait for the answer of our grade 9 learners for this question. Yan po. So it seems ang dami po pa rin pong nag-active po, online po, nanonood po nating FB, ating teleradyo po sa FB page. So once again, for those po na hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe, huwag po natin kalimutan na mag-like and subscribe po sa FB and YouTube po natin. Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan